Thank you very much. Yes, I will tell you a very different story, I think, to what you have heard before. I will talk about a love story of one person, and this is how we started with Rust in our company. So I'm speaking for Didelian. We are developing safety-critical systems for avionics in the aerospace industry, and safety-critical systems. We have heard it so much today already. It screams Rust, but this is not how we started. We started quite far away from Rust because we do machine learning in this field, which is a very new thing and which has very different requirements. Everything has to be fast, dynamic, you have to iterate. This does not that much scream Rust. So we started with Python. We had a massive Python code base, and then we had someone who actually didn't really like Rust that much because there was this massive hype and everybody said, you have to do Rust and rewrite everything in Rust. And he tried it just to show us basically that it's overhyped and we shouldn't use it. He fell in love with it and then did a very different thing of like not picking one tool and bringing this somewhat into the company. He spent about maybe a week, 2, 3 weekends to rewrite half of our code base in Rust and basically come back with that and force it upon us. And this was, in my opinion, maybe one of the best things that could have happened to us. We couldn't put it into all places. So we still have very different applications. We have on one side this very dynamic training side. Python is almost impossible to get around there. On the other hand, we have the production code, where we are working on this for a long time. We're talking about something that has to run in real time. We have our own scheduler for this. We have no dependencies, no standard libraries. Everything is developed in-house. This is C++. And for now, we stick with it, even though we are very interested, especially after the workshop yesterday and the talks in the morning, to also maybe give it a try and get the first Rust components into this side. But then we have, let's call it the middleware, a massive amount of tooling that we are using. And we work with massive data. So we have millions of images that we have to process. They have to go through annotation. We have to run inferences. We have to run so many things which are important on the performance side of things. And I think this is something I want to stress with Rust. It gives you very many high-level features. It is nice to develop with. And on the other hand, it's very performant and it's very quick. And so we basically adapted it, and now we have a quite large team that works with Rust. We can also tell you it's a great way to recruit people. We have a couple people who just joined us because they wanted to do Rust, and we were one of the only companies that does Rust and also tells it about it, because there are for sure many, but they are very quiet about it. And yes, I think this is the selling point for us. Rust really made us able to have a code base that is very performant, very quick to develop, and doesn't break every day, as we had it with the Python code base, where you're not really sure. In Rust, if it compiles, you have a good chance that it works. In Python, just because you somewhat get it through CI doesn't really mean it does what you want it to do. Sure, there's still many questions. I'm still looking forward to the first really working framework to do ML in Rust. We have some people who have tried it, and we've gotten some places, but it's not the best user experience yet. But hey, let's see what the future brings, and maybe somebody in here finds the solution that allows us to really squeeze the last bit of performance also in this new world out of Rust. With that, thank you very much.